I'm Stephanie.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
And this is
Steph and Sarah Unfiltered.
Thank you for coming, joining us, watching us here.
This is our first episode today.
Our first episode, yay. Hopefully we'll have lots and lots more.
Right.
And we grow only from here. But yeah, we wanted to just start this podcast, talk about us, like introduce ourselves. For this episode, we'll talk about ourselves and like how we met and everything.
Yeah. So we actually met in middle school.
Yes.
And we went to, I'm not going to say where we went to, but
we school nearby.
Yeah. In New York.
Yes. We're from Queens.
So it's in Queens.
New York, yes.
So we had 6th through 8th grade together.
Yeah.
All do.
Straight 3 years.
Do you
same
stay?
class too.
I was
don't
gonna
know
say,
if that's normal.
Yeah, I was
everywhere
gonna
else.
say. I was like, do you stay with the same class?
I think it was just us two, and we were like, and in our middle school specifically too, we were in like the smart people.
Yeah,
like,
we were like
middle.
the above average class.
Yeah,
because there was another.
Smart.
Yeah, there was another class, but it was the smart people.
Yeah, there was
we
like
were
the
just
AP.
like the above average class.
Yeah, we were just like right under the AP class. But then there's the class below us that was like
the
need a
bad
little
class.
more special attention. So we were good. We were like right in the middle, so we're like smart.
Yeah, we were
so
good.
That's nice.
Yeah. I actually don't remember how we met. I don't know. I have terrible memory, so if you want to
just like
recount that, because I don't remember.
It was just straight up just being in class. We did have like our own separate like friend groups. I feel like in 6th grade at least, like our own specific like squad or whatever. But then eventually, I mean, like towards the years, like everybody ended up mixing and like everybody was just friends with each other. Like, period.
I think our whole class just ended up being friends.
Yeah, we had and
overall.
Then eventually we had like a big group of friends, like our specific people we always hung out with too, which was fun. Middle school was like
the best.
I
think
for
that was
both
the
of us. It was like
that was the best time for me. Like I feel like that's when I had the most friends. I feel like that's when I had the most fun. Not that high school wasn't fun. It was just a different environment, but yeah, middle school.
I just felt more.
Middle school was it for me.
Yeah, I felt like we were just a lot more closer with each other. If you guys don't know, Friends, the show, the best show ever, which is actually our favorite show.
We know none of you are gonna agree, or some of you won't agree. But it's good. It's a good show.
It's great.
Okay,
I love it.
It's good.
It's the best.
I'm obsessed with it.
Yes, which actually inspired the.
Oh yes, this is like my modern day Friends couch.
Yes. So we had to get the couch because it.
And I think also green, right?
Central
They
Perk.
have green,
There in the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Friends, you have like this group of friends who always hang out together, go to each other's houses. So I felt like that's what we had in middle school.
Yeah.
And I was in your house like every day.
That's true.
I was sleeping over her
I think
house,
everyone was always. I was like the hangout spot.
Yeah,
like
she was like the Monica.
And it's funny because I was the one that lived the farthest.
Yep.
So everyone lived in like the same area, like, and then I lived like blocks away. I was more of the walk to get to my house.
Yeah.
So that's funny.
But it was worth it.
Yeah. It's funny how everybody would go there, but that was the farthest place.
Literally. And the middle school is so close to like everyone's house, so we would always walk home together, and we all kind of went the same way. It was just you were the only one who would have to take a right while making a left. You would just go far, but we would always end up at your house anyways.
I think we'd always like try to like extend our time too when we were going home, like let's just walk slow, or let's do some, let's stop here, let's stop there.
I would
just
always
so we
get
would
in
not
trouble for that too. Like the walk from my house to my school is literally like maybe 10-15 minutes max, but for some reason I would get home like 2 hours later and my mom would be like, what are you doing, where are you going, who you with, like the whole interrogation. And
speaking of that, like getting into trouble, even though I got in trouble a couple times in middle school, but that time we came to my dad's back. Were you there? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
My dad's backyard. And
no one was home.
No one was home, and my dad has this access where you can kind of just like open the gate and you can go right to the backyard. And I remember he always has like these barbecues in the summer, so I remember he left like drinks or beer like out in the coolers. Yep. And I was like, he did not bring those in. I know it. And that's where we ended up going, and we all took one beer so it wouldn't be suspicious.
Mind you, we're all like 11, 12 years old at this point.
Yeah.
And I think that was
we
first
were like
time
6th,
I ever
7th grade.
had beer.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
And we all took like a couple sips. We shared one beer, a little thing of beer. And we had this one friend who was like I don't know, I guess she was so exaggerating. She was like, she felt like she was drunk, and we were like, there's no way, because we were all fine.
She took maybe like 2 sips, and I was like,
we were like, we're fine. What
she's
are you
acting
about?
like she's drunk, and I'm like, what?
But
super lightweight, I guess.
Who knows? Because I used to think I would get drunk off a Red Bull.
Really?
Yeah. I thought Red Bull was a drink. But I think you just convince yourself, like, especially at that age, you're just like, yeah, I'm cool. Like, I'm drinking.
What's it called? Like the placebo effect?
Yeah.
That when you,
so you, like, think.
You just mentally.
Yeah, you mentally just, like,
think that you're drunk, even though you had, like,
You're not 2
really. Sips. And, yeah. But, so we go, like, way back. Like, it's been, like 10, 11 years? More. 10. No, I was 11.
When did we start middle school?
I was 11.
2000.
And now I'm 24. I know I look younger. We both do, actually. We get ID like
all the time,
and nobody believes us. Even with the ID saying that we're above age, they're like, nah, you're not. This is fake. And I'm like, it's not. Anyways,
I do get shocked when nobody asks me for my ID, because I'm like, dude, don't I look like a child?
Some people just don't care.
Yeah.
I have gone to like liquor stores where they just don't care, and I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
And then I go somewhere else, and they're like IDing me every 2 seconds, and it's like, so it's been, so like we're 24, and it's been
like 11 years. 2011.
No, I was like 11 years old though, and now we're 24, so that's like 13 years.
Am I not doing math right?
Yeah.
I'm not doing math right.
It's like 13 years.
Okay,
which is crazy.
That is a lot of years.
That's a long time, and obviously we went through a lot in these years. But yeah, middle school was really the best though.
Yeah. The middle school we went to wasn't all that great.
No, it was not.
Like, there would be
great.
Fights like all the time. And it's funny, there was this thing, I guess it was like a traditional thing. When you're in 6th grade, remember we used to run everywhere just to get to class on time. And then the 8th graders would like mess with us and be like, keep running or whatever.
Yeah.
And then when we were in 8th grade, we did that to the 6th graders.
How dare us.
We'd be like, go run.
Such hypocrites. Not nice.
But I don't know. I guess it's just a thing there. Yeah. Like, that just...
Or, like, obviously, like, when you first start in a new school, period, you want to be, like, following the rules and being here on time and doing this right and, being precise with everything. But obviously, through the years, you're just like, fuck that class. So like,
and I also think I don't know about you, but I found the 8th graders scary. And, I mean, they were only, like, 2 years older than us. But still, I was like... I feel like you go through like this whole growth spur sometimes. Yeah. And they were just, some of them were way taller and like just look way more adult. And I was just like, yeah, these people are scary.
I feel like I wasn't too, I mean, of course it could be intimidating, but like at first, like, but I also had like my cousin, luckily was there. He was older than me. So not that he was much of like a cool kid or nothing, but like he was still like there, like if I needed somebody or whatever. Yeah. Or he would make me feel comfortable because he's already been there a year more than I was, therefore.
And then whenever there was fights, we used to, like, run to those fights, too.
Yeah. Oh, my God. One time. Sorry, I just thought about it. One time, I remember we were in lunchroom. And lunchroom was obviously, like, so many kids everywhere, teachers, everything, whatever. Then a fight broke out. And I just decided to, like, run toward it because, like, I'm those nosy people who want to see the fight. Never be in one, which I've never been in one.
Me neither.
God forbid. But I was always like, oh, my God, I want to go see the fight. And I remember just, like, I don't know if you remember this girl, but she was, like, one of those, like, tough girls who would always, like, fight everybody. But she, like, ended up, like, pushing me, like, out of the way, and I just busted my ass. Like, running towards the fight, and it was like the middle of the lunchroom, and everybody saw me fall, like, from our class.
Oh wow, I don't even know if I remember that. It's so funny
because I just don't want to say names right now, but like, I know you know who I'm talking about, but I'll tell you later. But
yeah, but it's like also like some things I remember, some things I don't. Like I do remember this one fight. I don't know if you remember. She was like a Spanish girl, tall girl. She was from another class, and then there was this other girl. She was this short Indian girl, and she was just so like she was like half this other girl's size basically. And we were in the lunchroom, and they started fighting like up against the wall. And all I remember seeing, like from the little view that I had, the smaller girl was like had her by the hair and was just like banging her head against the tile like wall. And I was like, wow, that's crazy.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, that's all I remember.
I feel like there must be like a hidden memory of it because it sounds kind of familiar, but I don't remember being there.
Yeah,
or actually seeing it.
It was crazy.
But I remember one of the girls who was in class with us in 6th grade who eventually switched with the girl she fought, who ended up being like one of our best friends.
Oh yeah.
That fight I remember, and that was a big deal.
I don't think was I there. I was there, but I don't think I really saw it.
It was like
I saw like the aftermath.
Backyard.
Yeah.
And I don't remember who won. I think it was pretty even.
Yeah, because they were like both messed up. So both one of the girls was from another class, which was kind of like the rebellious class.
Yeah.
And then another girl was in our class, and I don't
for 6th grade.
Yeah, and they got into a fight.
Yeah.
And I mean, they both looked pretty bad. Not bad, but like they both had like scratches and they were messed up. And we, it was funny because we were like, yeah, like screw that girl,
like, fuck her up.
Yeah, we were on
like
we were on our classmate's side. Yeah. We were like, she's in our class, like she's our friend. And then it's funny because I think it was 7th grade.
7th grade, they switched.
Yeah, like, they transferred.
Both of them, they literally switched classes.
Yeah.
So the one who was our classmate went to the other class, and then the one that she fought came to our class.
Yeah.
And I remember at first I was like,
we were kind of like, yeah, we were like
we were still loyal to our other girl.
Yeah.
Like she was still our friend, but then eventually, like this girl became our best friend.
Yeah.
Like she was like,
I almost felt like a not a badass, but I'm very like to myself and like shy.
Yeah.
Especially during that time. So when we were friends with her, I felt like cool in a way because she's like this tough girl, and I was like, I kind of felt like protected by her in some way, and like like I'm walking with her, like I'm good,
like we're cool,
like don't mess with us. And it's funny because like that's kind of how it worked because she had friends from that class, and so they never really had issues with us after that because they were friends with them, and like they never like
eventually too, like even though we weren't in the same classes, we had a lot of friends outside of our class. We obviously were really close, like in middle school with a lot of people and our friend group and everything. Had our drama,
Yeah. I think we still kept in contact with like everyone like shortly after, I think till we were like 16.
Yeah.
Like we still try to make time to hang out with everybody again.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
Yeah, we were pretty close for a while. Obviously, like we were talking about friendships, like our friendships lasted for a while, but then everybody goes their separate ways
or goes to
Florida.
Oh, I went to Florida.
She went to Florida.
I went to Florida, but at college and high school and college, you keep going. Yeah. But I think even when I was in high school and Steph was in high school, like we went
to separate high schools.
Yeah.
Too.
We still hung out like whenever we could, and we always had like drinking parties, but it was always just basically me and her,
which is another story.
Yeah,
because her mom was the first one to give me my first like actual like drink. Really, I had beer, but like
liquor
first,
drink,
liquor, like hard liquor. I guess. Well, beer is hard liquor. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that.
But even so, like, I mean, that was just like her motto thing. Yeah. She would rather be comfortable with like people drinking, or us drinking at home than like going out to some party and doing who knows what. So like, she felt more comfortable us just like drinking there.
Yes. And it was a fun experience.
Yeah.
First drinking.
Yeah.
Drink responsibly, please. Because I've not drank responsibly over the years.
And then we had like group chats on Facebook too.
Oh, yeah.
With like all like everyone from like like our friend groups from middle school. So even after, we would like send messages when we were in high school.
And before Zoom, we had like the Uvu.
Oh
like,
yeah,
we would
go
on there all the time. And then there's this other website that we go on where like strangers could join.
Oh,
I don't remember. Omegle. Oh yes.
I think some people still go on there because I've seen like TikTok videos.
It made a comeback.
Yeah.
A little bit, but that, like back in our days, that was our Zoom.
Yeah.
Back then, and it was pretty fun.
I think we did that like when we had like sleepovers and stuff. We would just go on there.
We would like talk to random people, but then other random people were like disgusting, showing private areas.
All you would like, you would go like click through, and then you're clicking, and like you're like, okay, not interesting, click, and then like the next one would be like literally like someone just like right in front of you. You're just whoa, I was not ready for that.
Whole out there, and you just gotta skip really quickly.
Yeah, it was.
I think we bullied some people though. Like if they were showing too much areas, I'm pretty sure I'd be like, "Ew, it's ugly."
Oh yeah, we would comment. We'd be
disgusting.
Like, that one looks small. I don't know how you get anyone with those. I don't know.
It was fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
But yeah, that was a good time. It's like middle school really was the best. And
yeah,
so like our friendship continued after middle school, like through high school, like beginning of college. Then you moved away. And like,
for college I went to Florida.
Yeah.
So that was like, well, yeah, I actually didn't want to go because I was like, because I had all my friends here, and I didn't want to move, but like that was a decision that my mom wanted to move, so it was like, okay, I just had to like up and go. So we kind of drifted for a little.
Yeah.
But I feel like
years.
Yeah, I think like around, I know it from 2018. I saw you in 2018 because I came back for, I think, or was I here? I did. I came back to visit, and then my dad was having a barbecue, of course, and I invited her, and then we like drank, and like that was fun.
Like the good old days.
Yeah, we had a good time, and then
we were always we were drinking buddies.
Yeah,
for years.
And then after that, I think it was like another. Not until I came back.
Yeah. Is when life really like took us different directions.
Yeah.
I did go away to college for like a year. Then I came back, like didn't go well. Didn't finish college. Then I started working a lot, and then it's just, life happens and things happen. But, real friendship is ones that you can come back to.
Yeah.
Even after you haven't spoken for a while,
I think it's always good when you come back to like whatever like meeting. It's never like, if it's not awkward, then you know that it's okay. Like everything's like still good, and there's no like, well, you didn't talk to me for 3 years, so like we
never had like any beef.
Yeah,
like it was.
We never had any like
distance.
Yeah,
and life taking its toll on us separately, whatever. But yeah,
and I feel like
important.
You were the person who always like was like down to do anything. Like you were just so.
I was definitely always down to do
it's
everything.
Like, I would invite her and they're like, yeah, sure, like let's go. Like like all she had to do was ask her mom, and then it was like good to go.
Now I don't even ask my mom. I just go.
Yeah.
Well, for a long time, I stopped asking my mom for anything. I was just out.
Yeah, I don't know if that's because you're an only child. Like you have that privilege. I don't know if
there's only child like syndrome or whatever that people talk about. That I just like, I don't know. I was always out of my house and like very rebellious for a while.
Yeah.
Still kind of, but I pay my own stuff now. She don't gotta say nothing to me.
Can't complain.
Yeah.
But I think those friendships are always good to have.
Yeah.
Like when you have like this distance, but then you come back and you hang out.
Yeah.
And it's like no time ever passed between you guys.
Exactly.
Which is good. Because I feel like I have a lot of friendships, though I had a lot of friendships that were all probably around the same time and even before that are not the same as they were.
Yeah.
As it was. Harry Styles. But yeah, it's nice to have that.
Yeah. And also like with our friend group from middle school, we were all close. Everybody was friends with each other. But literally through the years, it's just you and me left.
Yeah.
From my friend group, I don't know if anybody from our friend group in the past are still in contact, because we really don't keep in contact with many people. I truly don't have anybody. Like, on even social media, I don't have anybody from my past except you, really, from middle school.
Yeah, but I think that helped with, like, seeing where everybody was going, like, having them on social media.
Yeah.
So, like, I had everyone from, like, middle school, and then I just kind of watched their lives through social media. So I guess when you see it that way, you feel like, oh, well, I don't really need to talk to them because I can see what they're doing. I can see what they're up to.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, we had people who had kids and, like, people, you know, just doing things with their lives. So I felt like I never had to, like, reach out to them, even though deep down sometimes I'd be like, yeah, maybe I could say hi or something.
Yeah.
But sometimes I do that. Like, when their birthdays come around, I'll send, like, a little, like, Instagram message, like, happy birthday. Or, like, if it's, like, the holiday, like, I know we have one friend who, she lives in California, but she always tells me, like, Merry Christmas, happy birthday, like, every year. Since, like, even since we haven't seen each other in, like, 10 plus years.
Yeah.
And she still, like, will message me on my birthday.
Yeah, I don't have that friendship with her, but I do have her on Instagram too. I remember I have her on Instagram, but yeah, I do remember visiting her one time too.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Yeah,
and I was like, man,
after,
they're so lucky. I'm so jealous.
It was like after middle school. At that point,
it was like during high school time.
No, it was college time.
Yeah, it was like
I was already like 18, 19 years old. I went to California, and she had moved there after middle school, so we hadn't seen each other since then. And like, I just hit her up and was like, hey, I'm going there, and we met again. And then like, it was nice, but like, that was a friendship that I can't say like we kept in contact, really.
Yeah. And now I moved back to the same area that, like,
we grew up in.
We grew up in, and so, and
I'm still here.
So I see like everyone in passing. Not everyone, but like most people who were in that friend group. And like, I'll just message them. So like, I saw one, and I was like, oh, like, I just saw you, like, on your bike, and they're like, oh, cool, like, you know. And then I see another person, and I see her like ever so often, and like, we'll say hi to each other. And then I think there was one more, but he didn't see me, so I didn't say anything, because I was like, I don't know. And he actually lives right around the corner from me.
Yeah, some people still stayed.
Yeah, so everyone is pretty much in the same place they were, you know, years ago. Not to say that there's something wrong with that, but you know, like, I moved and came back, and it's like,
and I was still here. But I don't actually spend a lot of time around our neighborhood, like this area. Like, I really,
there's just nothing to do here.
Yeah, there's not. Like, after middle school, I went to high school in Manhattan. Mind you, we're from Queens, so it was pretty long trip, the distance. But I just didn't want to be here. Like, I'm always that person who just wants to go out, adventure, get away from our hometown, and just go exploring. So I went to Manhattan, then I went away for college for a while, then I came back, but I was always, like, back and forth through the boroughs. Like, my boyfriend's in Brooklyn, so I'm in Brooklyn, like, half of my life, like, all the time. So it's like, I'm never here, except obviously when it comes to you or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything is still pretty much the same.
But I feel like having friends now is hard. Because I don't know. I guess because you have, like, those friend groups, and you just kind of stick to them. Like, let's say if you, like, especially like if you're in college, and then you have those college friends, and then you just kind of stick your way with them.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's a lot harder to make friends now as you're older. Like, how do you even do that? Like, do you just go up to someone, hey, like, you want to hang out? You want to be friends? You want to go out for drinks? Like, it's just harder.
Over the years, you experience, like, fakeness, liars, like, there's no more loyalty. There's, like, very little trust now. So it's like, for me personally too, it's harder for me to just, like, hang out with people and, like, open myself up and, you know, try to reach out to them all the time and, like, keep a friendship going. Like, I'm also that person is, like, I like the equality. Like, we both hit each other up, we both talk,
like, so it's like a 50-50 thing.
But throughout the years, I've noticed a lot of times, like, I try really hard to be friends with people, or I try to keep a conversation going, and, like,
especially now, I feel like you don't want to waste time doing all that, like having to beg for someone to hang out with you or something like that. because we're older, like we don't have time for that.
And then people, obviously, another thing is just their schedules.
That too, yeah.
That's like another thing that could be a little inconvenient.
Life happens.
Yeah. So
we all have jobs now and like busy lives, so it's hard that way too. Because we have our own thing, and then everybody has their own thing.
Yeah, so it's hard to. I think there's like obviously benefits to social media where you not keep track, but like you keep up with people's lives and what they're doing. But it also means like you're not hitting them up as much, or like you already see what they're doing. So hey, I don't even need to talk to that person. Yeah. Or like people just like each other now, like that picture, comment here, and then that's it. Like that's the way to keep a friendship now, I think. Yeah. Like with certain things.
And I think when we were in middle school, it was just like right around the time when we were kind of like in the middle phase of like when
Facebook had just started. Yeah. When we were.
So like all that new stuff.
That's how old we are. Okay.
All that new stuff started coming out, and that's when we were like, so we were in the middle of it happening.
Yeah. Like, oh my god, I remember when it first started. I was really like on my computer like 24/7.
Well, remember when I used to write in those weird letter things?
What letter things?
Like it was like some capital letters and then some lowercase letters. Yeah. Oh, and then we had like other profiles too. Yeah. But I think it was so we can talk to our friends and then versus family. We had like
the family one and then like the friends one. Yeah. Oh, I remember. I haven't used Facebook in years. Like I actually deactivated mine in like years ago.
I just scroll on there. But I don't really like. The only thing I do is like change my profile picture like every once in a while. And that's it. So you're just, still alive. Yeah, just to update my family. Like, hey, like this is what I look like now. By the way.
Yeah. No, I don't have. I for a long time too. I was very into social media, everything, and I'm just now getting back into it a little bit. The only thing I have is literally Instagram and Snapchat. And Snapchat I don't even use.
Yeah, I don't really use Snapchat.
That's just like to keep a streak going with my boyfriend. That's it. Like, nothing more than that.
If anything, I definitely spend most of my time on TikTok.
I don't even have TikTok either.
So addicting.
I'm like, I don't know. I see all the TikTok on Instagram or YouTube. I'm fine. YouTube I love, so I stay on that.
And then Instagram, I only post on my story. I don't really post
like pictures.
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm more just like I'll post on my story, and it's funny I post the pictures on my story, but not on like the actual thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna start posting again, especially now.
I just feel like you have to like with Instagram. I feel like you have to put like a good, good looking picture. Yeah. To keep it up there, you know. So I don't really like post too many.
Yeah, and that's like the flaw of it too. For me, it really plays with my insecurities. Like heavy. It's like, oh damn, she looks like that, or damn, she's doing this, she has this going, and I'm like,
and sadly, like I feel like because I'm one of those people where like you notice like the little details. I feel like people will do that to me. Like if I post a picture, they'll just like zoom in and be like, oh, I like she got a pimple on her forehead. It's like, damn it, like how could you see? That's just, like, and it's because you zoomed in. Yeah. So I feel like that's why I don't post also, because I feel like that's what will happen. Like people will see that. I have
very big insecurities too. One of them being my double chin, which you probably see, but no, you don't. Like it's not there because I don't. That's just one of my biggest insecurities, and I know it's perfectly common. A lot of people have it. Nothing to be ashamed of. It's just my own thing. I have an issue with that I wish I didn't have.
Yeah, I think everybody has. I mean, of course, everybody has insecurities in some way or another. Yeah. What sucks is, because we were talking about middle school and, like, that time, I feel like then I didn't have as many insecurities.
Yeah, I was way more confident when I was younger.
Yeah, which is weird. But now, it's, like, it's the opposite. Like kids nowadays, like, nitpick on everything. Like, my sister, like, she's only 10. She's not even in middle school yet. Oh, yeah. And like even then, like she gets bullied for like certain things, and like she like feels so like insecure and has all these insecurities, and it's like, why?
Yeah. We see all really these, like models and like famous people on social media and like Instagram and how they look. It's like we think that we're supposed to look a certain way to be appealing.
Yeah, which I'm glad we didn't have that.
The community
as like growing up. Yeah. Because you didn't worry about that, growing up.
I really didn't worry about it.
Now it's like, because kids have the social media younger, they see all that and it's like, well, I gotta look like that, and it's like, you're only 10.
Yeah.
Or you're
so
only
young.
like this age. Like, slow down. You don't have to look like
those
that.
aren't even the real problems.
Yeah.
Like, the real problems come when you're older.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, which is also why I wish I was still in middle school, because middle school is so much better. Like, no bills, no working, no dramas. I mean drama, but like kid drama.
Kid drama. Mm. I did struggle though. Not necessarily with like school or anything, because I always had like the like above average grades. I was okay with that, but I felt like I always had like a lot of pressure put on me, especially from my mom, like which I understood and didn't understand, but at the same time I feel like I struggled with that a lot. And that was the only thing I really had a hard time with. And I think it started in middle school. Like, I had that issue of like, I have to be a certain way, and there was so much pressure on me, and that pressure continued, but it started there, so it was hard. And yeah, it was just, so I think, having friends and like having you guys was like good.
Yeah,
because it kind of like, it kind of made me forget that whole thing. So it was good.
I didn't really have that pressure too much about the grades. I mean, like, I was always pretty good too. Like, my grades were decent, like, not the best, but like decent enough.
Yeah.
And like, my mom didn't really pay too much attention to it. Like, I mean, yeah, of course she wants me to be good and like have good grades and everything, but like, I didn't really start like ruining my grades until high school. High school, I don't know, I almost didn't even graduate. That was like bad. Like, in high school, I just like took a whole turn. Like,
all 360.
Yeah, like being real good grades, like doing my homework, doing this. And in high school, it was just like a whole nother world. And it's just like, I also just felt more freedom, I feel. So like, me having so much freedom, like, took advantage of that and did not go well for the most part. I think
it was different because I went to an all-girls school in high school.
That too. I had too many distractions.
So it was, we had like uniform, and we had like, it was strict, but not that strict, but it was definitely more strict than a public school.
Yeah.
So we had to like adhere to all the rules and make sure we were on top of our stuff. But it was, in that way it was different. So I always kind of like maintained a certain average. Like, I never really like went super up, but I never went super down. I always like stayed within the like above average notch, which is, to me, was fine.
That's way better than,
because I was like
I slacked so much.
Yeah, I'm passing.
But yeah, that also, going back to the topic of like friendship, like, I had so many friends through the years, but like, obviously, like, that just doesn't last anymore. And it's sad because like, you have like these really close bonds with people, and you guys just kind of go your separate way, and then you feel like you lose it, and it's like, it just sucks.
It sucks, honestly.
Yeah. Like,
especially when you like have all that, like, those good like moments in the past, and then you just, it goes away, like, as if you never even known each other. Which is crazy, because you can know somebody and tell them like your whole life story, and then out of nowhere they're like not even there anymore.
I'm totally that person who like hides if I see someone I used to know. I was like, oh hell no, like, I'm ducking, I'm covering my face, like, I just don't want to talk to anybody. And I'm also that person who, like, I don't know, like, if you do me wrong, like, that's it, like, you're not, I don't think about you, like, if I see you, you're there, you don't exist to me, really, like,
harsh.
I'm very, very, I'm very, like, just cutthroat vibe, like,
I think I'm like the opposite. I think I probably give you like at least 2 chances, and then after that I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what they did. Yeah. But I also am very just like, I don't know, I get over people really quickly. It's like, if they do me wrong and I see if they continue to do it, or like they lie to me or whatever, then I'll like step away. I don't know. Maybe it is an only child thing too, because
it'll be interesting to find out, like, if other people agree with this, or like see which one they are.
Yeah.
Like, are you the person who like cuts people off?
Yeah.
Like, that's it, you did me wrong? Or is it like, I'll give you like 2 more chances?
Yeah. Like, I know you should give people more chances. But like, I feel like I've been like, I've seen the worst of people so often that I just like don't want to just deal with them anymore. Like, once you're done, you're done. Like, that's just what it is. And I really don't feel like I miss them either. It just sucks. I just want, like, to keep good friendships. Like, I want us to keep our friendship forever.
Yeah.
And, like, a couple other friends that I have from like, high school. I have one friend from high school, really. That's it. I don't got nobody else. And, like, I'm fine with that, too.
Well, I have, like, well, you know, my best friend.
Yeah.
But to me, she's more like my sister, like more family, because we've known each other literally, like, this year would make, like, this year would make, like, 20 years.
Yeah.
But even with her, it's so funny. We don't see each other for a while, and we hang out, and, like I was here, like, I moved back here, and we hadn't seen each other since I'd been back, and I just saw her, like, last month, and then, you know, it was her birthday, like, not her birthday party, but it was kind of like a shared thing with her brother, and her friends were there, and, like, I've never had a problem with, like, being introduced to her friends, or, like, you know, it's never been, like, an issue or anything, but even then I feel, like, territorial, like, with my, like, because I'm like, no, like, she's mine.
Yeah, like, you guys
like, and I mean, she doesn't know that until now, like, you know that now, if you watch this, but but
girl, huh?
yeah, I get very, like, territorial, like, I'm like, she's my friend, but I know that obviously she has other friends. I can't keep her all to myself, and especially that we don't, like, hang out as often, so, you know, so it's, but that's just how I am. Like, I feel like I'm very loyal to, and that's not to brag, I feel like I just really am,
no,
like,
I feel like
loyal
you definitely are.
to friends. Like, if you're my friend, like, I'm there. I'm not good with communicating, but I'm there. Just give me a moment.
That's all that matters too. I'm not the best at communicating sometimes either.
Like, sometimes I don't know, I just forget, and just, or I'm going about life, I don't really, like, I can't, it's not that I can't, but it's just like I forget to, like, pick up the phone and or text somebody, or just, it's just kind of, like, bypasses me, but it's not intentional. It's always, like, just, you know, it just
happens,
goes,
which I totally understand too.
But it's nothing against anyone.
I try not to be on my phone, like, as much either. Like, social media alone, again, just has its ups and downs, and then, like, I just like to live in the moment sometimes too, so I don't really like to be on my phone, especially, like, if I'm with, like, people I care about or whatever. Like, I don't, the only person I really talk to all the time is my boyfriend, and again, because he lives far from me. That's it. And it's important for us, but, like, other than that, like, I really wouldn't be on my phone. Like,
I think over the years I felt like that influenced my friendships as well, but I don't know why. It's like this theory I have, and I'm like, is it because, like, I got into a relationship and people thought, oh, she has a boyfriend, like, we're not gonna, like, hang out with her as much, and I always thought about that too. I was like, maybe people aren't hanging out with me because I'm in a relationship now, but I never saw the, like, point of that, because I was like, just because you get in a relationship doesn't mean you can't still hang out with your friends.
Exactly. There are certain people, and I've experienced this in the past, of females who literally would, like, do anything for their man and just drop everybody except their man. Like, they just
that's what I thought.
Life is their man, and like, it's like, I don't like that either. It's just, like, you have to balance everything.
Yeah.
too.
Which is what I thought people were viewing me as, like, oh, now she has a boyfriend, like, that's all she cares about. But I was like, no, like, I still want to hang out, like, you know.
Just for me, it's the same thing. It's like, yeah, I love being with my boyfriend. I'm always with him, of course. But if you ask me to hang out, let's go. Yeah. I'm down. Like, I'm always down.
I feel like that's what happened when I was, like, in college. Like, not that I didn't have friends, but I didn't have, like, as many friends.
Yeah.
And then I feel like I had more people that I spoke to, and, like, I knew a lot of people. But I feel like I didn't gain, like, a really, really close friendship. Even though I had a roommate, and if you watch this, that's not towards you. No. But, you know, like, even so, like, she had her own friends, and she had coworkers and her own friends from the past, and even sometimes then I would get, like, I guess in a way jealous. Like I'd be like, oh, like, you know, like, oh, she has friends, like she's hanging out with them, and I felt like I had like no, not as many friends, or not for me to just be up and like, oh, I'm going out this weekend. I didn't have that, so it was like sometimes when I saw that, I was like, oh, like that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't have that. I want friends.
I would get jealous like if I see like I've had groups of friends who like we're all close, we're all together all the time, and then they hang out without me. That is like another trigger for me, and that's something that I would be like, all right, we're not friends no more. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Like I just stopped trying because like what was it that you couldn't invite me to,
right? Or
at least have the decency to like tell me, hey, we're going. If I can't go, then cool, I can't go.
Yeah.
But like,
it's also funny because when I was growing up, like with middle school and then high school, and even in like not really college, but like in high school, I always try to involve all my friends. So like from down to like grade school to middle school to high school, like I tried to always hang out. Yeah. Like even when I came to visit New York, like I think there was a time where I hung out with my high school friends, but I also invited you. And that was always my thing. Like I always try to include all of my friends.
Everybody.
Yeah, like everybody. Like, and I always feel like I was like that middle person too. Like I never had conflict much with anyone. I was always like in between the conflict. Like, so if I was like friends with one person,
that's a middle school story right there.
Yeah. So I was friends with one person.
Yeah.
I was in the middle, and then I was friends with you. And then it's like there was conflict between these two people, and then I was just there like, well, I'm friends with you both, so I don't know what to do.
It's like the Switzerland.
Yeah.
Like
I was like neutral. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna.
But obviously, she ended up being my friend still, so that means a lot.
Yeah.
That says a lot about another person. But
she won.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely felt that you always included everybody. I met a lot of your friends. Yeah. Like, I was pretty cool with, like, everybody. Even, like, your best friend, like, her, I was pretty cool with. Every time we would hang out, like, we were always cool with each other.
And she's actually very, like, I don't want to say judgy. She's not judgy. But but I guess she has, like, that of, like, reading people or, like, sensing how their, like, vibe. Yeah. So there was a time where we had, like I had a sleepover at my house, and it was a lot of us. It was like probably like 10 of us. And she was like, my best friend was there, and Steph was there, and like we had maybe 2 or 3 friends from middle school, and then just other people. And then there's the one girl that I was Switzerland for. She was there, and even my best friend was like, yeah, something's off about her. Like, she did not like her, and we were only there. We literally spent one night together. Yeah. And like the next day she was like, yeah, no, I don't like her. There's no vibe there. She just didn't get it from her, and I was like, oh,
there's
okay.
Certain people you could really just read their like personality, like you just know, like there's just no click, no vibe, there's no chemistry, like you just don't fuck with that person, like period. Yeah. And I thought I fucked with this person for a while, but obviously I didn't, and then I'm really hard at hiding my feelings, and it eventually like blew up and had a problem. But
I feel like she also had issues with like a lot of people though, like in middle school.
Yeah, definitely.
There's always like something, like not I guess competition wise, or like you know, there was a whole thing where one was in a relationship with one. Yeah, that was interesting too.
Yeah, and eventually we did like speak years later, like me and her, and we were just like, hey, that's middle school drama. Like, it's true. Like, there's no hard feelings. It is what it is. Yeah. Just I know, like, we weren't gonna be friends. That was just it. I was very outspoken in middle school too. I was crazy. Remember that one time we had a meeting? we were all sitting at a table. So we had 2 tables for our class, and it was all girls and all boys. And all the girls had beef with one specific girl, not the same girl we were just talking about, another girl. And we really had an issue with her, all of us. And we were literally gonna do like what was it, like not interrogation, when you sit like together and like talk about how you feel about that person, like there's a word for it and I can't think of it right now.
Oh, like a tape,
But it was like, it's kind of like a meeting where you're letting them know like how you feel, and like only I and maybe one other person spoke about it. And I just felt like, oh, damn, like, I'm such a bitch.
Everybody was like,
everybody was just agreeing with me. And I was just, like, calling out this girl. And I was like, shit, I'm the only one talking about it.
You're the spokesperson. I feel like you were, like, the face of the class. Like, you were just, like, there.
I was just always, like, I don't know. I'm just a talker, like, talk a lot. Very, sometimes a big personality, but I've calmed it down over the years.
No, but I think that was good. I think it was good that we had someone who, like, spoke for all of us.
And eventually we all ended up being fine. Even with the girl, like, we all ended up kind of being cool. Obviously, like, we weren't friends, really, but we were, like, cordial and, like, just acquaintances. And we would still hang out, talk. Like, there was no real beef.
There was only one girl that I was not friends with. Well, I was never really friends with her. I think it was like a more cordial thing. But then she did that one thing to me.
I can't even think about who you're talking about, but you can tell me later.
My gosh.
Like, I forgot.
Okay, well, I'll tell the story. I'll tell you the story of, like, so when I was in middle school, right? I don't remember. I don't know if it was 6th grade, 7th grade. I feel like it was 7th grade. When were you in your relationship?
7th grade, like, towards the end, I feel.
Okay, so 7th grade.
Like 7th grade.
So she was having issues, and you were having issues in your relationship. So, she was upset, and I was like, okay, so let's comfort. And I kind of shifted seats. I was sitting in one spot, sat in another spot, and then there's this girl came, and, you know, she was like, oh, you're in my seat, type of thing. And I was like, dude, like, this is a lunchroom, like the cafeteria seats. You don't have, like, specific seats. Like, you can't just claim this is your seat. I just moved here because, you know, my friend's crying right now. And, you know, it was just an issue. And she kept saying, like, telling me to move. And I was just like, I'm not moving. So what she did was she, like, grabbed, I had a sweater on with, like, a hoodie. She grabbed my hoodie and she pulled it. And it, like, I guess my zipper was stuck. But when she did that, it, like, basically, like, choked me. And, I had, like,
am I not remembering this right now?
Yes, you don't remember that. Oh my god.
Really,
you were right there.
I was probably having a mental breakdown. Yeah, I was heartbroken or something. I don't know.
But yeah, so she, like, pulled it and, like, basically it was assault. She didn't physically, like, put her hands on me, but, like, that's what she did. And it was like, I don't think anybody really was paying attention. Maybe, like, 2 other people saw, but everybody was kind of in their own world and having different conversations. And then I moved over after she did that, and she sat down. And I was just like, bro, like, what? And then I guess I was in shock, like, because I didn't do anything back. I didn't retaliate. Like, I didn't, like, push her or anything. And I guess later on that day, my mom saw it because I had, like, a mark on my neck. And my mom was like, what the hell happened? Like, what happened? So then I told her what happened. And, of course, my mom's never the one to just, like, take shit. She was like, no, I'm going over there. Yeah. We're going to see what the hell happened. So she did. She went, and the cops got involved in everything.
Gosh, what was I? I don't know. I was in my own world or something. I really don't remember this. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure. I know you told me this. Again, it's like a hidden memory I have where it sounds familiar, but I don't remember it. Like, I can't put myself in that place. Yeah, I'm there. I don't know.
But it was after school, and then so it was the principal, the cops. We were having, like, a meeting. The girl wasn't there, and, like, her parents or nothing. And, so they were like, you know, do you want to press charges, blah, blah. And I think my mom had said no, but she was really frustrated with the principal because the principal was like, well, it's technically not assault because she didn't put your hands around you. And it's funny. So it's funny now, but back then I was, like, embarrassed. Yeah. But the principal had a scarf on, and, my mom was like, well, if I grabbed that scarf and pulled it, like, is that not assault? Like,
I love that.
And the cops were looking at her like, okay, ma'am, like, calm down. Yeah, and she was like, no, but she was like, that's the truth. Like, and so they kind of took it more seriously. They didn't move forward with the cops, but the girl got suspended for, like, 3 days, I think. And then after that, I kind of, like, not that I was, like, I wasn't bothered by her. I was, like, not trying to be tough or anything, but I was like, you know, whatever. And, like, I could say things in front of her and not be afraid of her because I was like, you know, you got in trouble, not me.
I think I know who you're talking about now.
Okay, she was a little taller. She had curly long hair. She had glasses.
Not my last name again.
Bug-eyed.
No, we'll talk about it after.
Okay. Because we're going to be discreet and we're not going to mention any names. But yeah.
Anyone. But if you remember any of this, if you're watching, like, we're just talking about our memories.
Yeah. No, well, I don't have her on, like, social media or anything, so she will see this.
You never know. Once we
it could be passed by. But yeah, she did that, and, like, I guess after that it was kind of just, like, cordial. Like, she went back to school, we went back to class. And it was whatever, like, we just let it go. But I never spoke to her again. Like, I didn't like her.
She was my friend?
I don't think she wasn't really anybody's friend. I think not that she wasn't anybody's friend. She had her own friends, but like I think
we weren't just that close.
Right, you said, it's like
part of our friend group.
Right, like we said we were like all friends with the whole class, but she wasn't like
we had like
in our group
clique.
Yeah, so that's why it was kind of like whatever. But after that, I didn't like her. She actually transferred when we went to 8th grade.
That's probably I don't remember her.
Maybe. Yeah. She went to like the smarter
There's just
class.
So many people that I like. She went to the smarter class.
Yeah.
And she was suspended.
Yeah.
What the hell? I thought you had to be like perfect to go to like the AP classes.
I think she went to one of those classes. I don't. Maybe it wasn't. It was maybe the one
below us.
No, I don't know. It wasn't the. No, it was definitely one that was higher than ours.
Oh. Okay.
But I feel like there was 2 of them. 2 classes of those.
Maybe.
So I don't know. But she definitely moved out of our class in 8th grade. So I didn't really have to like see her or like deal with her. I think. If I'm remembering clearly.
I still need to know if we're
it's a little haze. I
can't think about it right now. There's so many people obviously like coming and going from our class in those 3 years that we were together. So I'm really having a blur.
We also had, remember that girl, I mean she was a really pretty girl and like popular sort of.
And she was like way older than
us.
I already know who you're talking about there. Yeah.
She was like, how old was she? She was like
maybe 15.
Yeah, she was like 15, 16.
Still like 12, 13 years old.
Yeah, we were like, man, she's high school age. Why is she in?
But she was like still really nice.
She was super nice.
Just, some grades, matter.
Yeah.
You want to do good to graduate.
Yeah, see, middle school is just crazy. There's so many things that happen.
There's so many stories, and we would always hang out again, like, around the neighborhood. Like, there's a park right by us, and we would always hang out there, too. And that park is, like, full of, like, druggies and, like, potheads now.
Yeah.
It's just, like...
But I also see, but it's nice seeing, like, when I see, like, friend groups there. Because I'm like, oh, like, that's what I used to.
Yeah, like, during the day, you see the nice friends group. The kids.
Yeah.
It's literally a kid park. Like, there's monkey bars and swings and everything.
Yeah.
And then at night, it's like you don't want to be there. Like it's not good. I'm pretty positive when we were younger, somebody got stabbed there. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we're from Queens. So, yeah. Shit happened. Like it's pretty.
We also used to like walk in the street too. Like if the street was one way, we would walk the opposite way, like in the street. Yeah.
We just didn't care about our lives.
We thought we were cool. We were like, we're cool, man.
Cool.
We were walking with like 8 of us just like in the street. Like, we're so cool.
And we would all just hang out around here too. We used to go to the other park, like the
Victory?
No,
Victory?
like Forest.
Oh, Forest Park, yeah.
And there was like a pond there.
Oh, yeah.
Some of us went to the pond, not recommended.
No.
But I love swimming. That was like my big thing. So I was like, yeah, I'm swimming in the pond. I don't give a fuck about the germs. And I didn't get sick, thankfully. I was fine.
It was good.
But like, it was obviously disgusting.
Yeah. Because you don't know what was in there.
I mean, I think when we were there, it was a little cleaner than it is now, though.
Oh, yeah. Because I feel like back then, it wasn't as, nobody knew about it like that. And now it's like they have signs for everything. So it's like, oh, you know that the pond's like right down there. So everybody goes there now. Especially like when it's nice outside.
Oh, yeah. It's a really nice park, too. It's just the pond kind of got ruined. Like, I haven't been there since.
I was actually telling... Frank about the train tracks.
Oh yeah.
And then I was thinking about it and I was like, man, I don't remember like where it is.
Oh, I can tell you, I know where it is.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Still remember.
But I remember walking through those too.
We would find like there is an abandoned train track currently still there. But when we were kids, it was still abandoned. And we would hang out there all the time. We would go on adventures. I definitely found like like bird bones, like decomposed bird, and I took it home because I'm crazy and I love
cool.
animals. And then I remember, like, I don't know what happened, but I kind of threw it somewhere in my closet, forgot about it. Years later, I found it and it was just like dust.
Oh, wow.
I was like, maybe that's bad karma doing that. I was just more like, because I really love animals. So
she's like, let me go
I
home
was, like,
and study
more
these.
intrigued. Yeah, and I was like, oh, I wonder what this is. And I remember taking it to like our science teacher in middle school and be like, what kind of bones are these? And she said it was a bird. Okay. So I was like, okay, cool. And I still kept the bones, and it just turned to dust.
I think you also had like all the pictures too, like of all of us.
Yeah,
a lot of pictures.
I had a lot.
I had some, but I didn't have as many.
Point too. I had like a pink camera, so like a Canon, and I would just take pictures all the time. Like everything we were doing would hang out. So we have a lot of memories.
Yeah, all the blackmail. Just kidding. Blackmail.
Lots of that too.
And then we have pictures in like group chats. So like not too long ago, I sent some to like our like some friends from old friends, and they were like, "Wow."
Yeah, so long.
You were so young.
So young, so naive to the real world.
But it was crazy. Good times.
Yeah, we had a really good time.
We actually said we should have a reunion.
Yeah,
I wonder how
a reunion.
I wonder how that would go. Except now we're all old enough to drink and stuff, so that'd probably be cool.
We would be best friends.
We'll be more than like we'll have a great old time.
I'm those like people who drink and just get very like lovey.
Yeah.
And just like I'm always having fun. I want to dance.
And then we can reminisce on like all the past things that we did. Yeah, that'd be fun.
I did some crazy stuff. I was just all over the place, honestly. And that was only middle school. And high school got worse. In college, college was a whole nother thing. I just got worse as I got older. And I calmed down, though. I'm calm. I'm responsible. No, kind of.
Kind of.
But yeah, we were really drinking since we were like 12, I think.
Yeah. Which I think is why I don't drink as much now.
Yeah.
I'm not like a big drinker, and I can't go out every weekend. It's very rare if there's moments where I'm like, yeah, I want to go out and dance and stuff and like drink. Yeah. But it's like I tell Frank, I'm like, if you're gonna drink, you're gonna drink.
Yeah.
Like, don't have one drink and then just be like, I'm good. No.
I like
you
to
want
to
drink? Come on.
I drink to get drunk.
Yeah,
first,
let's have a good
drinks
time.
Are not cheap. And I'm not a casual drinker, really.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I do like to drink casually, but I like to get drunk too. It's just the hangovers the next day kill me.
Yeah, that's not
I
fun.
can't do that anymore. And
I do like having like those once in a while like drinks, or, like drunk moments. That's fun for sometimes.
Hopefully on one episode we talk about our drunk stories. I have a lot of stories. And it's
I
not
have some good stories too.
It's people telling me what I did. That's the stories I have.
I have some of those. I don't know if I have too many, but I have like probably one or two of other people's stories from like what I've done.
Yeah. It's always funny. I feel like everybody has to have like, if you don't drink, great. Don't drink. That's fine. It's just funny, when you hear the stories the next day, or like you just reminisce like over it as you get older. So it's really fun.
It's like funny stories to tell.
Yeah.
To other people. You're like, this one time.
Yeah, I have a lot of those.
Yeah.
A lot of those stories. But yeah, I'm still glad that you and me are still friends.
Yes.
And obviously, like, everybody, if you have a friendship that you care about, like you have someone you care about, try to keep that friendship going as much as you can.
Yeah.
Trust is a really important thing. Loyalty too. And because it's harder now. Like when you get older, you just lose people.
You get excited about like these little things, like when you get to hang out with a friend, because you're like, yes, so excited. Because you don't have that like as many moments like that anymore. So when you do, it's like you're excited.
Exactly. And like, I love hanging out with my boyfriend, but it's not the same.
It's not. Yeah, it's not the same.
Trying to hang out with your
some
girl.
Conversations you can't have with them.
Yeah.
You need the friend there to like have those conversations with. Those are different conversations.
Yeah, like the girl stuff,
Mm.
really. But yeah, I don't know if there's any more stories right now I can think of.
No. But I think we're good for our first episode.
First episode, and we will definitely continue this.
Yes.
Lots and lots of things to talk about, not just friendships and stuff, like
everything on the books.
Yes.
Really, we'd like if you guys have any suggestions, anything you want to ask, any like comments on like, oh, like, can you guys talk about this, or what are your thoughts on this, or like
things we could do better.
Yeah, that too.
Anything.
And just like, because we can talk about anything.
Yeah.
As you can see, we can just continue rambling on and on. So any topics we're free to like talk about.
Always.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's all for today.
Yes.
Please join us on our next videos.
Yeah.
And like, comment, subscribe,
share
the whole thing. And we will see you again.